That's a good one. If all these people want citizenship, they need to do it the right way and go on 90-Day Fiancé. That's gold right there. But if they want citizenship, yeah, they do need to do it the right way. That's why we have applications. We don't have citizenship apps. You can't just go start a romance with the government and then get your foot in the door. It doesn't work that way. You got to process, and then it takes time. Now, albeit the time it does take is something that needs to be fixed. It shouldn't take 7 years. I think that's ridiculous. That's called inefficiency, bad systems, and stupid people in office making stupider decisions, pocketing that money instead of putting it back in to improve systems. But if you want in this country, you need to do it legally, not illegally, because if you come in here illegally, you're just stealing from people. You're a thief. I want my life to be better, so I'm going to do illegal things in order to make it better. And then the liberals will say, oh, well, they're desperate. They want to contribute. No, they don't. They have no intention of contributing. They have every intention of working this screwed up system to get free money, free cars, and pop out children to get more free money. Yeah, it's that serious. All the benefits that could be going to people who actually need them go to all of these illegals who are taught to exist like this and do this. But somehow that's okay because they're desperate. No, they ain't. Desperation means you do stuff in your own country. Not go to America, sap resources, take a shit on the street, go riot and kill people and ruin businesses. No. That isn't even supporting freedom. We're not a privileged country. What are you talking about? It's not our job to take care of people from other countries. That's not how this works. See, it's that kind of thought process that keeps us in this position. It's not our job to take care of and babysit people who come in illegally. That's why it's called illegal immigration. That's why we have ICE. They deserve to be kicked out because they're draining resources. They didn't do anything to earn those resources. And they don't intend on it. The system itself needs to be fixed. Absolutely. But not fixed for their benefit. It's already fixed in their benefit through loopholes. My ex worked in the system for 15 years. Believe me, it is a mess. Food stamps, fraud, left and right. But we're supposed to take care of them. No, they're not children. Period. And even if the children are illegal, they can go back with the parents. No, it's not. They have a fair chance at life. They live in their own country. They can get jobs there that they can get here. And if they want jobs here, they need to work for it, don't they? A fair chance means filling out the application, not living off the system, not draining resources from people who actually need them. That's very simple logic. If they're going to drain resources, they need to be gone. If they're going to use resources to then sell those resources to get cash, to go do their nails, to do their hair, to live a fake lifestyle and pretend that they're contributing, they don't belong here. And yes, that is in fact what happens. Food stamp fraud, Social Security fraud, that's another drain that these people perform. They don't deserve it. They didn't work and pay into the system like the rest of us do. And it's not my job to provide for them, nor is it yours. There are ways that these people can be helped, but this isn't the right way to go about it. This is also why we have foreign exchange programs. there are ways that you can help these people grow as individuals without having them take over your country. Foreign exchange programs are a positive for everyone. Again, you use this word privileged. We have no privileges. We have rights and laws. That's not a privilege. Yeah, Mexico should help. Remove their people and send them back home. But that's the thing, though. Like, I get that it's centered on Mexico, but you know what I'm saying? Not everyone who is here illegally is from Mexico. But those who are here illegally, yeah, we should be getting help from their military, from their police, which should be a concerted effort between America and all the other countries to remove all of these illegal citizens, especially the really horrid ones. But America isn't privileged. We work for it. This idea of privilege is ridiculous. Like, I'm legally blind. I'm not privileged to shit. My life is tough. Anything that I have, I've busted my ass for, my body included. My knees are shot on top because of my pro wrestling career. I mean, dude, I have been put through the ringer. If there were privilege, I'd have it, but it doesn't exist. There is only working and earning and contributing in a positive fashion. Now, that doesn't mean that negative fashion has no merit, because how do we learn if we don't have these negative problems? We don't. Therefore, society crumbles, as you see here. But there is no privilege in this country. There is no white privilege. There is no black privilege. There is no Hispanic privilege. There is only contribution or lack thereof. Well, that's an interesting point, because a lot of the Chinese folks, they're actually centered up around the Canadian border, more so than, central to the States. The Chinese population is actually pretty large up in Canada compared to here now. They're probably just more public in Canada and keep a low profile here. But if you are watching on Twitch and YouTube or Kick, I would love if you'd hit that follow button. It means a lot to me, and I'm overjoyed that there are people sitting here having some conversation with me, and that, hey, at least people are being respectful, and you rock for that part. With what I always say, people just don't know how to communicate today for the most part. It's okay to disagree with someone, but you don't have to hate that person. Tell them they're terrible, evil, yada, yada, yada. No. We can have different stances and agree on some things and disagree on others, because that's life. Living in a uniparty universe is not the way you win. We've done that for a very long time, and that's why we're where we're at, because then too many people get too much power, and then insider trading occurs, and then you have IPAC controlling all of the politicians, on top of getting the kickbacks from big pharma backdoor deals, and the stack of bullshit that occurs behind the scenes that everyone thinks is a conspiracy theory. Exactly. There's American privilege, and it's the same for everyone. I completely agree with you. Do some people need help? Yeah, absolutely. That's why we have Social Security and other public programs to help. But we have to face the reality that there are 100 million people in this country, give or take, who are really draining the resources for those who do need that help, who really need it, who didn't just come here to siphon the system. Overall, I think no one should ever be classed as an illegal or alien, and rather than having such divides between countries, there should be some worldwide organization, much like the EU for Europe. Well, what has the EU done for Europe? It's not really done anything positive. I mean, look at the UK and other areas that are overrun with Sharia law-loving pieces of shit who are out here murdering people, raping women, and everything else that they tell you isn't happening, but actually is. You have to face reality too. Psychopaths are real. And they come from all walks of life. Rich, poor, and in between. We do classify them as illegal because they are illegal. They were not born here. Just like if I were to walk into Saudi Arabia and had no documentation or anything, I'd be killed so fast. It's nonsense. Like, I understand your point. What you're really saying is that we shouldn't be seeing borders, right? And from a humanitarian aspect, I totally get that. But at the same time, we have to protect our citizens from all the bad people, just like you have to protect all your citizens from the bad people, from wherever they come from. And that's why we use the term illegal. But they are alien, because the technical definition of alien means not of this land. So I would be an illegal alien in Italy if I had no paperwork, just as someone from Somalia is an illegal alien being here without paperwork. There's not always free travel and work between countries. And you're talking about work visas. That's a totally different story. But even work visas are often abused. But yes, there are ways, which I already mentioned if you were listening, like work programs and foreign exchange programs that can help get people off the ground. And that's a good thing, because it shows that they're willing to contribute, willing to learn, willing to enrich themselves and improve. And that's a good thing. And it should be seen as a good thing. But to just blanket take care of people because they came here, that's what drains the system.